Yes, the Fulanis have started again. They have started again, pushing narratives up and down. Now, this time it's about Nnamdi Kanu. They are saying that P2B, other Igbo leaders, and other people that are calling for Nnamdi Kanu's unconditional release should be held as terrorists. Everybody calling for Nnamdi Kanu's unconditional release. The Fulani, they call themselves Coalition of Northern Groups. They are telling the government that you should tag these people as terrorists if you are ever calling for Nnamdi Kanu's release. Remember, the House of Rep called for his release. Some senators called for his release. Afenifere called for his release. I think the coalition of northern groups want the federal government to call all these people terrorists, because I believe the Fulani themselves have told you behind the crux of the matter. When you look at it from back and forth, you see that the Fulani themselves are the ones holding Nnamdi Kanu. In the Nigerian situation, the Fulani, take away the Fulani from northern Nigeria, you see everybody will be calling, as in looking, let us pardon this guy. But because the Fulani is involved, because the Fulani are involved in our national politics, I've told you that these people don't want to hear anything about restructuring. They don't hear anything about resource control or whatever, regionalism. Because the way Nigeria is favors the Fulani to a large extent. Every other region might want to stay apart. But the Fulani, it is a threat, because these Fulani people, they have eaten Nigeria. They are benefiting from Nigeria so much that if there is restructuring, they will become the biggest losers in Nigeria political history. That is why anything that has to do with Nnamdi Kanu, they are pushing narratives to say, yes, this man must not be released. They are even moving forward to say that anybody that called for his release should be tagged a terrorist. Imagine statement. So Afenifere that called for his release, those Northern House of Rep members that called for his release, all of them are not sensible. They don't get sense, Abi. Is it the kind of politics Fulani is playing in Nigeria? Driving Nigeria backward, sabotaging Nigeria's growth and development, putting Nigeria in bondage. Is it the type of politics that they are playing that is better for Nigeria, if not restructuring? I've said it before that one of the reasons why I'm supporting Bola Tinubu is that he should show these people pepper, this Fulani. Anything, any agitation, any activism that you see in northern Nigeria, the Fulani always have a hand in it. I tell you this one for free. Any activism, any agitation in northern Nigeria, the Fulani are the ones championing it. Arewa, they are the ones championing it. This political protest by El-Rufai and Co, they are the ones championing it. Terrorism, they are the ones they are the chairman pushing for Sharia in the southwest and other southern part of Nigeria. The Fulani are at the head. Religious crisis in the north, they are there. Everything you see happening in northern Nigeria, the Fulani they are part of those that are putting fire. They are majority. They are in the highest number of people that must cause problem in Nigeria. But now we are saying that whatever narrative the Fulani are pushing, it is not going to work. I know it is suicidal, it's risky for me as an Igbo man. As an Igbo man, if I'm speaking as an Igbo man, it is risky or suicidal be supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu with the current leadership, APC leadership, the antecedent of the APC, how the Southwest aligned with Buhari and Co to destroy Nigeria and put everybody in perpetual bondage, how they started a legacy of Buhari appointing his cousins from Katsina State, and Tinubu come in and appoint his APC boys from Lagos State. As an Igbo man, I shouldn't be supporting a Tinubu or a Tinubu's government looking at this antecedent. But when it comes to restructuring or dealing with the Fulani, I will forever support the Tinubu. I've said it. Whatever affects the southwest will affect the southeast. You don't know what you are saying. If the southwest is overrun, they will find excuses. They will use the southwest to enter the southeast. These Fulani guys, they don't know, they cannot come straight into the southeast and be pushing on their narrative and agenda. If you take away the Fulani from our Nigerian political space, Nnamdi Kanu will have been released by now. The Fulanis are the ones at the head of having alliance with external forces to put Nigeria in bondage. They are leading. They are keeping Nigeria for the British colony. They are willing to, because if Nigeria realizes itself, if Africa is free, the Fulani becomes a fugitive. The Fulani people will be the ones that will suffer. That's why they want to do everything they can to make sure that Nigeria, the Sultan of Sokoto said that the unity of Nigeria is non-negotiable. In a Sokoto that is impoverished, in a Sokoto that his sultanship could not transform, could not change, the Sultan of Sokoto is coming to tell you that the unity of Nigeria is non-negotiable. Well, I don't blame these people. I blame Southeast leaders. Those ones that cannot stand and defend their people. Those ones that can just sell their people because of a morsel of bread. You see, even the Southeasterners themselves, they volunteer. They volunteer free of charge, though. When they were talking about Fulani herdsmen, whatever crisis, communities volunteered people, not the government, communities volunteered and paid people to secure their farmlands and secure the forests. But we have Southeast leaders that are living on government funding and on taxpayers' money and on the resources of the country. Southeast leaders that are collecting free money, they cannot be able to represent the people. You cannot do your own thing and the people have their own thing. You cannot bring the people to subjection. You cannot suppress the people, especially the Southeastern people. Forget what Nigerian politicians are doing. No? They are having a window of 4 years to do what they are doing. After 4 years, they still come back to the people. I said it in my former broadcast that Nigerian voters, you are the prize. You are the prize. The politicians know this. That is why they are doing meeting 3 a.m. They don't sleep. That's why they are alcoholic. Most of them are into different iniquity, different lifestyles, night lifestyles. They do meetings on you because you don't know that you are the prize. Those that secure a base, those that secure a support base, they do all they can to make sure that support base is intact, because you, the Nigerian voter, you are the prize. The Fulani are doing all it can to secure the northern part of Nigeria. They have seen that the middle belt, they are speaking up, forming a different block. 2 universities in southern Kaduna now. So southern Kaduna people can rest. Nobody will gaslight anybody. 2 universities in southern Kaduna. Something that could not happen under a Fulani. I've told you how these people came into southern Kaduna. They gave them hectares of land. They gave them hectares of land. The Fulani people that are causing mayhem. You are telling me that Nnamdi Kanu, I'm calling for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. It seems you don't understand what terrorism means. You see, he has been taken to court, and look at the back and forth of the court. If he were to be a terrorist, convict him now, and let's look at your judgment. If your judgment will be biased or not. If you have the local standing of convicting this man, convict him. It's only people that hate freedom that will hate what I'm saying. If you hate freedom, Nigeria freedom, if you hate restructuring, you will hate what I'm saying. The Abacha days, the military days, when people were agitating for a better Nigeria from the military regime, didn't the military kill people because they are agitating for a better Nigeria? Didn't Tinubu run away? Didn't we have Yoruba leaders killed? Because in that see, when you are agitating, when you are going through activism, so many things do happen. If you are talking about you having your own system, have your own governance, have your own country, it is a different ball game. All those cases, maybe Nigeria is supposed to solve that case. Not the international court. I've been saying it. I blame Agui Rossi and I blame Nnamdi for taking away that secession clause in the Constitution of Nigeria. If not, what are we doing here? We cannot be in the same country with Fulani. Even if we had been operating secession clause in Nigeria, the Hausa would have chased away the Fulani. You know that it is one Nigeria that is making it difficult for people to actualize their regional aims and objective. It's because of one Nigeria that is making people not to realize to achieve their regional aims and objectives. Take away one Nigeria, you see that regions will be prospering. Some people are using, because of one Nigeria, to defraud. They are using one Nigeria to steal, and most of them are the Fulanis and greedy politicians from the southern part of Nigeria. I've mentioned two people that are Igbo, that is making it difficult for this Biafran to have a smooth ride. They removed secession clause. Nnamdi, he was talking about Africa, Zik of Africa. Somebody that did not see what is happening around him. I did not even see the future. It's not by speaking big grammar or speak big English. Are you wise? Look at what's happening now. Look at what's happening. If we have individual nations, it will be difficult for these British people to penetrate us as individuals when we realize who we are in Africa. It will be very difficult. The Fulani gave themselves as a willing tool. The British people handed the key of Nigeria in their hands, and they know that these people have nothing to lose and something to gain. That's why they are doing what they are doing. I know that under Tinubu's regime, Nnamdi Kanu will not be released. That is my own perspective, my own opinion. I'm not the judge. I'm not the prosecution counsel or whoever that's in court. But I'm reading the body language. I'm looking at the times. I'm looking at the politics involved in this Nnamdi Kanu of a case. People are even making money from Nnamdi Kanu's appearance in court. People are cashing out when every day Nnamdi Kanu appears in court. People are cashing out money. So the only reason you see me come online to quash the mentality of this Fulani. Don't tell me that it is not a coalition of northern groups. It's a lie. It is Fulani. It's a lie. We can prove it over and over again. I've told you at the center of every crisis, you see the Fulani hand, the hands of the Fulani. At the center of every crisis, you must see the hand of the Fulani. I'm not looking at tribe. We are studying the trends of people. See, we have been living peaceful with the Fulani in our community. All of a sudden, you just hear people entering your farm, start eating your crops. All of a sudden, no provocation. No provocation. You cannot see other tribes do the same thing the Fulani are doing now. Even the Southwest that are saying that Igbo must go. Sometimes I ask the question, what has the Igbo done that they must go? Okay, is it because they are playing politics, or they are interested in the politics of Lagos State or the Southwest? Is it because something happened between Labour Party and APC? I asked that question. Okay, they say because they are making mouth. So it is by making mouth that they say Lagos is no man's land. So it is by making mouth there's something inside. That is the Fulani. They will go, they will encourage. An Igbo man goes to a place, he buys land, he follows the papers. Sometimes the people of those places, they do wayo, they do 419, they defraud an Igbo man for following legal processes. But the Fulani, which legal process are they going to follow? If they are going to follow any legal process, it is for an agenda to be able to stamp their foot in that place. and use that place as a cell for their own. I know Ohamadike is there in DSS custody. What is controlling Nnamdi Kanu is not ordinary, because it is hard for you to see a Nigerian, especially from the Igbo extraction, wanting to sacrifice his life for the Igbo people. These are our Igbo people here. These are our Igbo people. It is hard for you to see a Nigerian, I'm not saying they are not there, that want to sacrifice himself for these our Igbo people. Look at what is happening in Anambra State. Look at what is happening in other places. So Nnamdi Kanu is a special breed. Nothing would happen to him. But I know Tinubu, it is not in Tinubu's agenda to release Nnamdi Kanu until the North, led by the Fulani, wants to push a revolt and change them for Tinubu. That is when you know that Tinubu will release Nnamdi Kanu. But now, it does not fit into the political construct, the political whatever plan of Tinubu. The North are careful. They are very, very careful. The North, they wish that Tinubu will not become president 2027. The Fulani, not even, let me not call the North, I will only call the Fulani. They wish Tinubu will not become president. They wish so. I wish the southern part of Nigeria you are united. What is the reasons why we should be having enmity within ourselves in southern Nigeria? We need to tolerate our differences, cultural differences, political differences. It's all about tolerance. Our culture is not going to swallow another person's culture. It is the mentality that we need to deal with, so that southern Nigeria will be one to fight this common enemy. Because as divided as we are, I told you, these people are not sleeping. They will never ever sleep until they achieve their aim. You think that these guys are playing? You think that the Fulani, you see them, you push the Fulani, he will stand up. You push him, he fall on the ground, he will stand up. You carry something, you hit him, blood comes out from his face, he will stand up. You beat him until you break his bones, he will manage to stand up. The Fulani people, they are determined people now. You beat him to stupor, half dead, he will still stand up, and that thing you want to achieve, he will move to achieve it. Until you unalive him, that's when he will stop. So whatever that is the Fulani is pushing, open your eyes clear. Open your eyes clear. Nothing is just happening just like that. Sometimes I ask, what is the... I wish you had leaders in the southern part of Nigeria that are men, that are not greedy, that are not looking only after themselves and their own children and the children of their allies, that are not playing this politics of upper class and lower class. I've said it before that the problem we have in Nigeria, the main problem is a problem of class, the rich and the poor. The class system, that's the main problem we have in Nigeria, the rich and the poor. And I've said it that even if we have Biafra, Oduduwa or Arewa, we will still have the same challenges of the rich and the poor. And the Fulani, they know, they notice this. They notice it. That is why they make sure that they approach your leaders. They entice them with so many things, money and everything, appointment, whatever, everything. Fulani, they do so as if they are the ones that own Nigeria. They use the head of the Hausa people and the Middle Belt and go to do Jagaban for other people in Nigeria. Imagine a Fulani angry that a southern Kaduna person from the north is the chief of defense staff. A Fulani, minority population. Somebody is angry that the Fulani is a southern Kaduna person is the chief of defense staff, to tell you the kind of persons these persons are. We have said in the Middle Belt, don't stop pushing. Take action also. speak to your leaders. Let your leaders be on the same page, because the hold of the Fulani in Nigeria is strong, my brother. God will help you if you are able to release yourself from the stranglehold of the Fulani. God will help you. And I pity for the Hausa people. I pity for them. For us in the southern part of Nigeria, we are all going to speak against that, and we'll take action. I don't know about the southwest. In my own village, I don't know about other villages. We'll take action. Nobody imports insecurity. Nobody imports kidnapping from any other place into my village. We don't care. You live only once, so person where die can't come back again, and waste of time. You live once, live your life to the fullest, live with dignity, stand for what you believe in, and you go for what you believe in. That is life. Doesn't matter how many years you spend. But as an Igbo man, I'm a real Igbo man. Confirm one. I'm not a tribal by God. If I have opportunities, I give it to people because of their competence. So people that know me personally, I give everybody the opportunity. And if you come out good, whether you are Fulani, I give it to you competence. But when I discover you have an agenda, which I will discover, man, I'm going to push you back. I'm going to drag you back, man. So we don't tolerate those narratives you Fulani are pushing about Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is like a demigod, though. Just like Erufai's son told the powers that be. He said, Pablo Escobar, if you arrest my papa, so you people, nothing should happen to Nnamdi Kanu. Whatever you are doing, play your games. Yeah, and an appointed time is coming. But nothing, please, should happen to Nnamdi Kanu.